Once again, wrestling fans, I'm going to bring a prediction video. It's going to be the LockDown pay-per-view. LockDown is the pay-per-view, one of the pay-per-views, the biggest pay-per-views of TNA, besides Bound for Glory. And Bound for Glory is considered the WrestleMania, but actually LockDown is the one selling the best every year, the one being most talked about. So perhaps that is the real WrestleMania. This is a concept with every match contested inside of a steel cage. It's going to be 4 sides of steel now, not the 6 sides as we're used to. And as we speak, there are only 7 matches announced for this pay-per-view, which is a low number considering it being a TNA pay-per-view. They normally have more matches than that, and I think it's good. We can focus more on a low amount of matches and simply see what will happen. And there's going to be matches that people more or less care about, every one of them. Well, the first match, the band, Six-Pack and Scott Hall versus Team 3D. I think Team 3D is going to win that match. They haven't had that much over on the band, so has no one. And I don't see the much big build-up for this past week, Monday on TNA Impact. You got the entire band, including Kevin Nash against 3D and Jesse Neal. Now simply this is a match where they took 2 of these wrestlers away. It's going to be a simple tag team match. And that match on Impact was a brutal street fight. So I don't see anyone really buying this pay-per-view for this match. Simply as they had a much more intriguing one on Impact. So pray aware, they could have just have a random 6-man tag on Impact, and then have this match on LockDown. And also, since 3D and Neil completely dominated the band on Impact this week, I really have a hard time seeing that the band was going to stand a chance at LockDown, especially with Kevin Nash, their biggest wrestler, out of the picture. So Team 3D there. Kevin Nash versus Eric Young. People speculated that Eric Young might be released after this match and that he's going downhill. I don't believe that, and I definitely don't hope so, because I like Eric Young a lot. He hasn't been going anywhere really as of late, but if he got a win, EY got a win over Kevin Nash, that would make a big break for him. So I believe Eric Young will win here. However, one could say 2 losses for the band this very night is a huge blow to this team, and what could only more or less be followed with a breakup. But I still say Team 3D and Eric Young will win. Moving on, the TNA Knockout Tag Team titles. The TNA Knockout title is going to be on the line as the beautiful people face Tara and also Angelina Love, Angel Williams. This is match going to be interesting. I think we have the, I believe if Tara or Angelina pins any of the beautiful people, they win the tag titles from them as well. Oh yeah, and if one of the beautiful people pins Angelina or Tara, they're going to win the knockout title. It could be that we're going to see the entire goal with the beautiful people come this Sunday, but I believe that we will see it the other way around, that we're going to see Tara and Angelina Love win. I think so, at least. I'll come back to this match later. I have to figure a little bit more about it. Next we will have a TNA X Division match. Douglas Williams versus Kazarian versus Shannon Moore. This is the time where Douglas Williams, who has been a far better X Division champion than I ever believed he will be, and would be, and I think he will he retain, or will, I think Shannon Moore is going to take the title here. He's brought in by Hogan and Bischoff, and they were going to give him a run for his money. So I believe Shannon Moore will win this title. And then I go back to the other match, and I think the beautiful people will win the Knockouts title as well. And the way Angelina Love won the title, it means nothing to her, and it is no blow to her if she loses it in a tag team match, considering she won the match more or less out of a lottery. And I believe we're going to see a future feud between Tara and Angelina, perhaps with the title or without the title. It doesn't matter, but I think the beautiful people will have all the gold. They have been in a long wait for that to come. Then we have Mr. Anderson versus Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle said he's going to take some time off after lockdown or somewhere around lockdown. I don't know how smart that is, but I think Mr. Anderson will go over on Kurt Angle. There is really no other way I see it. Desmond Wolf did not go over Kurt Angle. I don't see Kurt Angle win against another TNA rookie in Mr. Anderson. And I would want to push Mr. Anderson to the top, perhaps in a feud against D'Angelo Dinero. I'll come back to that later. So Mr. Anderson will win this match. Then we have Team Flair consisting of Bear Money, Sting, and Desmond Wolf versus Team Hogan with Abyss, Jeff Jarrett, Jeff Hardy, and RVD. Abyss got run over with a car. Jeff Jarrett got beat down with a baseball bat. Jeff Hardy got a fireball in his eyes, and RVD, I don't know what happened, if anything happened to him, but it was a tough week for Team Hogan this past week on TNA Impact. Hence, I believe Team Hogan will get the revenge on Lockdown and win. So Team Hogan will win against Team Ric Flair, and Team Flair will be livid, especially Ric Flair. The captains in this match are Sting is the captain for Team Flair, Abyss is the captain for Team Hogan. Interesting to see what happens there. It's a lethal lockdown match as well, meaning two will start out and then will be a handicap match all the way through until all 8 are in the ring, and then from there I believe it's the first pinfall is going to win the match. D'Angelo Dinero finally, after 2 months of wait from winning the 8-card stud tournament, will wrestle none other than AJ Styles for the title. Question is, will Ric Flair be there to save AJ Styles at this time? He's no longer in a wheelchair, but he's going to be fully engaged in the Team Flair versus Team Hogan match. Hence, I believe AJ Styles will go out on his own and that he will lose. It's very seldom that we see someone build up for a title match for 2 months nowadays, that we've seen Elijah Burke and actually lose that match. And I believe we're still some fresh blood in TNA. He has been the champion for now since October. Has AJ Styles. That's a very long time in these days, and that's a good run. I think that's how a normal run should be, somewhere around 3 months up to a year. If very good, it could be up to a year, but somewhere 3 to 8 months is realistic, I believe, considering the challengers he wrestles and so on, and how strong of a champion he is. But I believe D'Angelo Dinero will win, and he might go on to feud with Mr. Anderson. They have their feud stemming from the finals of the 8-card stud tournament, I believe, where Mr. Anderson tried to take advantage of D'Angelo Dinero being beat up by the band before the match, but still he won. And if Mr. Anderson defeats Kurt Angle, he's a rightful #1 contender for the title. That's my predictions. Also be sure to check out my Q&A part 7, questions and answers about wrestling, sent in by YouTubers, replied by me. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.